welcome to This Week at Shrouded, episode 79. Thanks for being here. I'm your host, AGreener. We've got Bebo and Wrecked today. Thanks for being here, guys. How's it going?
We're finally getting started. Holy crap.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to the people just joining us. If you guys want some context, we do a pre-show live on Twitch and on our Patreon over at patreon.com/shroudedgaming. Feel free to go check it out. We talked a lot about Star Wars and some other shit. I don't know.
For almost 2 hours.
We've only been live for an hour and 20 minutes.
Incorrect opinions only. Then
listen to what
listen
Bebo
to
said.
AGreener in the pre-show.
No, listen to Bebo because he's way off. He sounds like the rest of the Star Wars fandom. I sound like a reasonable person. All right.
I think you have that backwards.
Holy shit.
I think you have that backwards, brother.
Okay, we're going to start off by saying this episode is brought to you by the brand new SGC store. You should go check it out at www.sgcstore.com. This is a serious announcement. Shut up.
This isn't brought to us by GamerSubs or Advanced GG or
shit.
whoever the fuck it is.
No, you can't say other people now. We're sponsored. Don't bring it up.
Gatorade.
No, none of they don't exist, okay? There is only one gamer supplement. All right, can I try this again?
Two of the
please,
intro.
for the love of God?
Okay.
No, this will be entertaining for people. But for real, we have a new merch store. Everybody should go check it out. We don't have everything transferred over yet, but it is officially live. It's officially live. It's over at the sgcstore.com. New merch, new awesomeness, old merch, all the same stuff. But the bonus is you can get $5, $10, and $15. Shut up! You can get $5, $10, and $15 discount cards in our loyalty store. Go check them out right now. If you don't know how to get to our loyalty store, go to our Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/shroudedgaming and type in !loyalty. I'll also drop a link down below if you're watching on YouTube, so you can go check that out as well. Those are all live. Unfortunately, the $10 and $15 coupons are not applicable for mugs and stickers, but you can use them for anything else. The reason for that is we would lose money because they don't cost that much. But you can use the $5 ones on mugs, but you can't use them on stickers. Okay, there, you got it. You figured it all out. But it's all good for all t-shirts, game pads, hats, and hoodies. Enjoy. I hope I made sense. I hope that all made sense. Thank you so much. Also, yes, we only have one sponsor. It's Advanced GG. I don't know what you're talking about. Stop. There's no other gaming supplements in the world. Use code SGC.
Shadow Legends.
Well, that's fine. It's not a gamer sub. That's cool. Anyway, use code SGC. Actually, right now for the next like 15 hours, it's 15% off instead of 10. If you want to check that out for real, because they just dropped 2 new Halloween flavors, and you get a free glow-in-the-dark shaker if you order one. So,
are you even going to have this thing posted in the next 15 hours?
I'm telling the live people.
Oh, okay. All right.
Fuck off. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're too late. But the free mug or the free shaker is still good until like Halloween.
Do you mean like a shake weight or?
No, a shaker, like an
shaker, like shaker.
You get a free Halloween one if you order the Halloween drinks. It might be any drink, but it's probably the Halloween drinks. I don't know. You check. Yeah, they started early. You got a problem with that?
No, I know.
Okay,
I know all about that.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the intro to the podcast. Give us money. Just kidding. Now we're gonna talk about the TWID. On this podcast. So we got a great show for you today. Obviously, we're talking about upcoming reward changes, episode 2, a bunch of different stuff. The power band increase, baby. Let's go. Titan or buffs, fucking Titans, losers. No one cares. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just kidding. We'll go over it in great detail, I'm sure. Just hold your horses, Banana Man. And we'll talk about the fact that people actually went to the Destiny 2 art exhibit, which was crazy, unless these are all actors in the photos, which I would not be surprised. And is there any other Destiny news this week, or is that just about it? Sounds about right? Cool. Yep. All right, what did you want to say to me?
Contest mode dungeon. I wanted to say
we talked about that last week. Get out of here.
We're going straight to the power band thing. As someone,
you want to go straight to the power band? All right, go.
Yeah. I've been seeing people complaining about this, like, everywhere.
Because it no longer matters.
I even saw someone say that they announced this 4 weeks before instead of 6 weeks, so they don't have time to prep like bounties, which has absolutely nothing to do with the fucking
that
power
has nothing
band.
to do with power level.
Like, it's honestly baffling to
true.
me.
It does. It has something to do with it because
What does it have to do?
Farming bounties is going to get you artifact power, which is going to get you plus with the season with the new power band plus the plus 15. Now you're back on track for doing GMs again.
Yeah, but his point was like, if people were prepping to get the artifact level up already, announcing this now makes no difference to the power cap in prepping.
Yeah, because the power cap is increased at pinnacle. Like, it's not.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that doesn't matter. So anybody who complains about that and uses that as a reason is stupid. And the other people complaining about this, legitimate complaints. Some people want to be at 2010, regardless of the new Fireteam power system. Yada yada yada. Whatever. I've actually been a huge advocate of when they took away the power grind every season, that it was a terrible idea because nobody has any motivation to do pinnacle activities after the first couple times they do it, unless you actually like the game and then you play it for fun. But so I got two opinions here. As a community leader, I love the power band increase because people are going to be doing more raids, more dungeons, more pinnacle activities on a weekly basis, at least for the first 4 or 5 weeks.
It won't take 4
as a Destiny 2 player that hates grinding out power cap, not a huge fan, but it also doesn't bother me that much because there is a new Fireteam system in place that can fix that problem for me if I really don't want to do it.
My problem with the increase in grant has nothing to do with having to do Destiny chores to get there. That's literally going to be 2 weeks of doing the current raid on all my characters and doing the current dungeon on all my characters. I'll be at the power cap on all of them at that point, guaranteed.
Okay. Especially with the new powering system. So it's even easier. I think people are remembering the powering leveling up from before, where you had to do it on each character.
Not even that. It's that it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. As long as you have one friend who's done it, it doesn't matter. And also, let me tell you, when I started doing GMs this season, I was 15 under. Had no problem doing any of the GMs. So again, it doesn't matter. That's literally the only thing power level matters for. And it just doesn't matter. And I'm in the same boat as you. I was like, when they first took the power level away and then the next expansion or the next season came across, I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like there's supposed to be a list of things for me to do, but now I don't need to do any of them.
Right.
Now having gone for so long and done activities where I'm good enough at the game that it doesn't even matter if I'm at that power level. Now it really doesn't matter to me. Right? Am I still going to do it? Yeah, of course. But
yeah, and a lot of people like you will.
It seems like a pointless exercise.
You're right. I actually do think it is because there are two reasons for that. Obviously, the Fireteam cap now that gets you up to where you need to be in most cases, but it still is -5, so some people might want to level on their own. And then, of course, the fact that the armor on your character counts for all of your characters now, unlike where it used to. So a pinnacle grind was a lot more intensive back in the day because you had to do the armor pinnacle grind on each of the characters, which is now you don't have to because your 20 or 2007 Hunter Pants count on your Titan. So that's great. So there is even a less of a reason to increase the power band. I do think you're right in the way that it's kind of pointless. But at the same time, I think that there's enough people that will want to get to 2010 on their own just for the sake of being the max power that it's going to inflate gameplay hours, which is why they're doing this. And it's a test. If it doesn't inflate gameplay hours as much as they want it to, they'll probably get rid of it. And if it inflates the hours as much as they want it to, or even more, then they're going to keep doing it.
If this was coming at the same time that the new itemization was dropping, I would be fine with it because then I would at least be grinding gear at the same time. Just, Bebo, you're muted, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah.
Has he been trying to
The
say
same. The same itemization. What do you mean?
Well, we're getting the change to rewards, right? When in the future, sometime we're getting the change to.
Oh, like the tier stuff.
We're getting the tiered stuff.
Okay.
We're
Oh,
getting,
okay.
and it's going to even apply to armor, right? We don't even know what that means, but it is going to mean a reason for grinding more gear. But because all of the activities we have, there's not really, except for maybe the new dungeon that's coming. There's not going to be any reason for me to grind any of the gear that's in the activities that I'm doing, because it's not. I'm only going to use it to infuse other material.
Infuse.
Like what armor or weapons do I need out of Salvation's Edge? None. There's no reason for me to use any raid armor. And I have all the patterns unlocked. And I've got 3 copies of Euphemy. So what I'm gonna be doing the raid because I need the power, not because I enjoy the raid.
Not everybody's like you.
Gear.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
For me, it gives me something to do.
My issues.
It gives me something to do. You know what I mean? Like,
PvP is literally right there. Just kidding.
Crucible.
There he
He's
goes
gone.
again.
Yeah, no, like I think now with the account wide leveling, and I'm fine with it. I'm glad they did, because like I was thinking like, holy shit, like next season, like what am I gonna do? Like it gives you like a little urgency to kind of farm stuff right before dungeon contest mode. And also it just like it makes people play together. Like, oh, you need to do pinnacle, let's do this pinnacle, like let's do this activity or whatever. Like it's
why do I need to play with anybody?
I'm fine, super fine with it.
I've done Salvation's Edge enough time that I can just do it, get into an LFG and do it with no comms, with the one exception of Verity. And even Verity.
Okay. But isn't it more fun to play with friends?
Once you know the pattern, you don't even need to talk to people in Verity either.
Get out of here. There's a problem with the community.
I mean, what we've been doing is like doing stuff for the seals for the raids, and like just doing like yesterday we did 10 DSC runs, and like we were just trying to do them like as like we're like, yeah, we have everything and all that, but like we're just doing stuff that I don't know we want to do, you know, or that we still have left. Like I don't know, there's still stuff to do.
I got a ton of seals that I don't have done. If I ever wanted to like sit and stream Destiny, I've got a ton of shit that I could do because I've never done it.
And you have a ton of people who would help you.
I mean, I could be doing that stuff, but after 9,500 hours in this game, I'm finally getting to the point where it's like I want to play to do the things that I find fun, and I don't want to play to do things that I don't. You know,
that's fine.
We have this conversation with raids.
That's fair.
Poppy likes to do this thing every a couple times a month called the Wheel of Raids, where he'll get a group together and they'll just go. They'll do a random raid off a wheel, and they'll just keep going until there's no more raids off the wheel. And every single time he invites me if I want to do it, and the very first thing I ask him is, "Why?"
It's fun.
Well, you're not looking. Well, you don't
raids aren't fun.
Yes, they are.
They are not.
Neither is PvP.
Raids are fun. Playing with your friends can be fun. For me.
Keep your socks on, though.
It can be fun. But in raids, no. Especially not with groups that have already solved the raid. Raids in particular, a lot of times you get in with a group, they have the raid solved, and they just want to run the raid a certain way. Like, if I come in there and I'm like, I'm going to use a sidearm and a glaive and a heavy glaive, people are going to be like, the fuck you are. You're going to put on a sword and you're gonna put on a grenade
Number
launcher.
one, who
and you're gonna
uses
put
a
on this
glaive?
other
First
shit.
of all,
No,
let's
but
start with that. Like,
If
why do
you
have a
get
glaive?
into an LFG group with that shit, they'll tell you not to use it. But if
No,
you
no,
went
no.
into one of those groups with Hoppy, he would absolutely let you
No, he
use a
wouldn't.
sidearm and a glaive.
No, he
Well, you
wouldn't.
look at him and you go, yes, he would. He'd let me because I'd be like, I'm fucking doing it whether you like it or not, motherfucker.
Only he would be fine with it as long as you were keeping up and you weren't dying, right? It would be fine. But
it wouldn't matter if I was.
But the second you fuck up, he's like, you're rocking this.
By the time there's a second wipe, most groups on this server are going to be like, no, you need to put on the meta. We're tired of your shit. We just want to get through this. Right?
I don't know. You're
okay,
not
but they give you one
right people. Celestial sounds like they suck.
It's not just Celestials. This will happen in Souls. This would happen in 7. I would wager after a couple of wipes. I would
let you do one
Souls
or two
would never wipe,
things
no matter
on with your stuff.
Well, I could tank Grim Raid despite his best efforts if I needed to. If I felt compelled.
I have tanked a Grim Raid. Trust me, it's what I do.
I'm not talking about Grim. I'm talking about my raids. I don't know what you guys are going on about. I'm the best raider in Souls.
What the fuck do you think you're talking about?
Yeah, and we did awesome. Just everyone else didn't. I'm just kidding. That's not true at all.
Wow.
We were doing pretty good on our side, though. Not gonna lie. My lead. I'm a founder. I'm not a leader. I don't lead the community. That's the division leader's jobs. All I do is host the stream and nothing else.
Anyway, my enjoyment out of Destiny comes from playing with people or playing PvP. I genuinely enjoy PvP, but and that's it. But the raid aspect of it, people get raids in particular, and sometimes GMs are like this as well. People get too much into wanting to play efficient. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something else that I don't like. I will get into a raid with somebody, and as soon as I see that they're running fucking Trinity Ghoul, I'm like, why do I even bother playing at all? If I'm with them for whatever they're doing, there's not even going to be anything for me to shoot. They're just going to fucking Trinity Ghoul everything. So why am I even here? I'll just stand here and wait for you to finish what you're doing. Because by the time I've lined up whatever goofy bullshit I feel like playing with, everything's going to be dead anyway. Right? So maybe the problem is I play with too many optimal people. But on the other end, if I play with a bunch of people who are not,
I think you should be a Sherpa.
As good at the game.
Sorry, keep going.
Half the time, those people won't even fucking listen to you. They'll just get mad when you make suggestions to them.
You should raid with us more.
Do it in a dickish method.
We have Phonic. Phonic is always rocking some niche ass build that he fucking comes up with in his free time, and it's just like we kind of do what we want, right? You know, if it works out, it works out. If we wipe 2 or 3 times, then we, huddle up, reevaluate. What are we doing? But for the most part, you can essentially, as long as you keep up and do what you got to do, like you're fine or not. Yeah.
I also am over people having egos about raids. I'm totally over it. Like, especially at the end.
I do.
Everybody's like comparing damages, and they're not. They're trying to sound like they're being funny about it, but they're not actually being funny about it. I'm like, nobody fucking cares if you have 11 million damage. Nobody cares. Did everybody do enough damage to clear the encounter? That's all that fucking matters. Your 53 million damage is stupid. Go fuck yourself.
Who are you targeting right now? I'm curious. This is coming from someone.
I'm not coming about anybody in particular. But
it is. There's somebody that has 15 million damage.
Most of the raid groups I participate in are folks that at least a few of them are higher skill. And they have some behaviors that I don't like, that I don't ever really bring up until it gets to the point that they're being assholes about stuff in a raid. And then I'm calling them out. But the most of the time, I'm just like, whatever, let's just get through it. And by the by, that has happened enough that it has driven me out of casual raiding for fun. Like, I don't get into a raid anymore unless there's a reason for that raid to happen. And to have fun is not a valid reason. It has to be somebody needs some gear, somebody needs a carry, somebody needs a clear for a particular reason. There's a specific triumph the group is trying to work on. Somebody needs some help.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm bored, let's go raid.
Yeah.
because
Earlier,
people
I
are
saw a
assholes
gamer
with
girl in DSC with a glaive, and I was just like, "Is that a glaive?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Huh."
Nice.
That's it. I bit my tongue. Didn't ask why she even had a glaive to begin with.
That's because she likes to stab things with sticks.
Yeah, you do you, boo.
I like to stab things with sticks too.
There it is.
The people that are doing this, if I were to confront them on some of this stuff, their first reaction to me would just be skill issue, which would only infuriate me more and make me less likely to want to raid with them anymore. Like,
skill issue.
Wrecked Sevens is always open. And
I know, but you guys are also pretty degenerate.
Yeah, it is kind of a bunch of degens in there.
Sometimes even a little much for me.
I think Rex getting salty in his old age.
Listen, man.
No, it gets wild in there.
I have
I'll tell
only
you that.
so many years before I'm in the ground left. You know what I mean?
We all do.
And
that's the dream.
Yeah, but I have less than many of you. Okay, I'm old and I'm unhealthy, right? So my time is limited. I don't want to be spending.
You should be happier.
I don't want to be spending my time in raids with people who are getting mad because we wiped twice because somebody's using some dumb shit.
Absolutely.
Or saying things like, it doesn't matter what people carry because I'll just carry the entire encounter, right? And if they don't, then getting mad about it. That's the kind of stuff I don't like, and I've encountered it too many times for me to really want to.
If I encountered that, I would have beat their ass so fucking hard.
It's the same. It's the same phenomenon with why I don't enjoy Garden of Salvation as a raid. Garden of Salvation is a good-looking raid with good mechanics, but I think it's the shittiest raid by far. I think it's a worse raid than Vault of Glass.
Vault of Glass is an awful
raid.
Take that for a hot take. All right.
It's not a hot take.
It's because my experience in that particular raid has not been good the vast majority of times I've run it. And so the more I have negative experiences with individual people, even if it's just like a small negative in the overall hour and hour and a half that we're in a thing, once you have enough of these experiences consistently over and over and over again, I just don't want to do it. It's
because that's a speedrunner's race. Like, that's the raid where
no. My Garden of Salvation stuff is not about these people. It's about people being actually bad and the final boss taking like 3 hours all by itself. Right?
Oh, wow.
So, it's my point is that it's learned behavior, right? The same thing happens over and over and over again, and therefore I don't want to be exposed to it anymore. And that leads me to not.
That's why I left camp.
Right? Yeah. Again, back to the degeneracy we were talking about. Yeah. See, I know the reference that you're referring to there, right? And that is a direct result of me hanging out in your degenerate chat.
I just, want people to feel welcome in an environment and have them be themselves.
Yeah, don't send them to Celestials. Wreck will turn them away.
I didn't. That's not on me. That's on Wreck.
I never say shit about this stuff when I'm in the middle of DC.
Oh no, Valk's in the chat. Hey, no, it's not your fault, Val. I'm shit talking Wrecked. Don't worry about it.
The man started it. Jeez.
Just an FYI, I guess the story of the podcast is if you're going to do a raid and you need a 6 and you're doing it just for fun, to message me and not Wrecked.
That's right.
Would you actually join though?
If I'm not busy. I'm just a very busy person, which is why I don't play as much as someone says 9,000 hours.
Sit there gooning an edge into a skibbity toilet all day.
Would you stop talking like a fucking idiot?
I try. I'm sorry.
I was just checking how many hours. What do I got? Oh my god, 3,000 hours? That's way too many. I'm actually annoyed by that. And that doesn't even include BattleNet.
That's not to say that I don't sometimes help with people. Bebo F7 a couple of times have been like, "Hey, Rec, you come help us finish this checkpoint," and I've been fine to do it.
That is true.
If they had come to me and said, "Hey, we need a 6. We need a 6 for this raid, this Garden of Salvation." If one of them came to me and asked me that, the very first thing I would ask is, literally, I would ask why.
Oh, because we need one.
And then I would say, nah, I'm good. Now, if they said it because it was a Sherpa for whoever, then I'd be fine. I'd go jump in and help. But because there's no other reason.
Okay.
Because there's no other reason to be there, then I'm not gonna do it.
What if my reason is I want to do an all sidearm run of Vogue?
Rat King.
I don't care.
I would say to you, sidearms are pretty good in PvP. We should play that instead.
Because that's a reason.
What if my reason is I miss you?
No. I'm asking a legitimate question. That's a reason. Is it a good enough reason? Does the reason have to be good enough, or can it just be any reason?
For me, it needs to be mostly progression related.
Okay.
It needs to be
well, it progresses my skill with sidearms.
Nah.
That doesn't even make any sense as a sentence.
I would assume that if we were trying to do something like that, I would get into the raid, I would look at the people, I would instantly spot the people that are going to get salty by the second encounter, and then I'd be like, I don't think I want to deal with this. And I would move on.
Man, I don't know who you're raiding with.
Yeah, I don't know.
I raid with a lot of people. I have raided with a lot of people on the server. And I know the people.
They sound like they suck. You should get rid of the ones that's like, if you can identify them that quickly, then make those people go away. Because I don't want those people. They suck.
Yeah, role abusing pussy.
Listen, I'm not suggesting that there's something wrong with these people.
Oh, I am. We're here to have fun. If you can't have fun in a fucking raid, then don't join it.
Not what he's saying, chat. That's not.
I'm not suggesting that there's something wrong with the way these people conduct their raids. If in their normal groups, this is how raids are done and everybody's cool with it, then that's fine.
No. But if you join a raid, like you just said, you would be able to identify who would get salty from doing a whole sidearm run of Vogue by the second encounter.
Well,
or whatever.
because
why are those people joining? Is my point.
You just have to identify the alpha, look him right in the eyes, and go, "I'm the Sigma now. You listen to me, and I will skibbity you to salvation."
Say one serious thing on the podcast.
Greener, you're talking around the point I'm trying to make. Like, the people that are gonna get salty about that stuff, still a lot of them still want to do things like that. And when I say I can identify them, it's because I have raided with a lot of people on the server. So, I know
their personality.
I know their personality, and I know under certain circumstances, if this particular scenario, this particular hardship happens, they're going to be the ones that's going to be a bitch. And while the rest of the group may be fine with that, because that's just the dynamic that group has and everybody's cool, I'm not cool with it. I don't want to deal with it.
No, I wouldn't be cool with it either.
And so my options are either be in it and not be happy that I'm in there, be in it and then call them out when it happens, which makes the entire thing uncomfortable for everybody who's present, or
that's what I live.
Just don't be a part of it, which is the easy one, and go play some PvP instead.
I get that. I'm just wondering, I feel like if I knew exactly who they would be, I'd call them out right at the start. I'd be like, why are you even in this raid? You're going to get pissed off if we fail.
The thing is, those aren't your only options, Wrecked.
I could name 6 people right now, just off the top of my head, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to be responsible for yet another SGC streaming call out.
Let's go, Paul. It's going to
turn into some fucking drama
see you
on
dox
the server. You know what I mean?
All right, you 6 people know who you are. Stop being such a fucking buzzkill. All right. Playing video games is supposed to be fun. If you can't have fun, stay out of the fire team.
I need to respond to something. To Algil, who says definitely no toxicity in PvP. The difference is I go into
those are
PvP
randoms
with the toxicity
to be toxic.
It is something that I'm expecting, and is part and parcel with the activity.
Oh, it's okay because it's expected. That's like playing you're okay with playing League of Legends and people being toxic because you know what's going to happen.
Let me also point out that if I'm playing PvP with somebody and they're constantly saying stuff like, that guy's using a crutch, or they're constantly saying the other person is cheating, or they're constantly saying something's cheese.
That guy's zimming.
I'm not going to play with them anymore. I'll get done with that match, and all of a sudden I've got something else to go do, and I'll get out of the VC with them, and then I'll fire up a PvP match by myself. I play a lot of PvP solo.
Close fire team.
And so I can be as toxic as I want. And if Valk's still in the chat, she can tell you I am constantly toxic. You know that thing we were talking about not making jokes about on the staff server the other day? I am constantly telling people to do that. Just yelling that out in VC while I'm playing PvP. But it's never actually going to anybody because I'm not actually messaging anyone. You know what I mean? And even if I was, even if people were teabagging me and telling me to go do unfortunate things to myself all the time in my DMs, I find that shit funny. Because the moment they sent me a DM, I know I already won the mental game. So it's great for me.
Rent free.
I usually never, like, I get that stuff sometimes. And 9 times out of 10, I'll just not respond. But sometimes when I do, I just write K. And it infuriates them.
I normally write back, I hope you have a great day, with a little heart.
The other day in an Iron Banner game that I was in solo, one of the randos on my team, we won. And in the end screen, he said, good game, and I fucking left the lobby. Like, I can't be in there with someone who's fucking trying to spread positivity, and you know, I'm trying to be inside of the other people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need any positivity in here.
Mm.
Right? Aren't you trying to be inside of the people on the enemy team, though?
That's what I meant. That's what I said.
Well, they can't see your chat.
I don't care.
Okay.
Right. Someone's being weak on that team? No.
Hey, Phonic, do you want to be admin of Shrouded 7?
Oh. Take it.
What do you mean, take it? You don't love being admin?
I have way too much power, I'll say that.
I don't disagree with that. Keep him in line, Phonic.
He's only one. He can only do so much.
I can do plenty.
Yeah, but, you know, I've managed to stay under the radar from you, you know.
That's what
you should hang out in their VC sometime, Greener.
No, we're good. We're good. We don't even hang out in VC at all.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to hang out with me? What a rude
Anyway.
Yeah.
There's this twid. Well, somehow we got to here after talking about power level.
Yeah, we talked about power level, and then it just like a 35-minute tangent about fucking raids and hating LFG people and all this shit. I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Despite all of it, I still do enjoy playing Destiny.
Raiding. Yeah.
But just the activities I want to play, and raiding isn't one of them.
That's crazy. Raiding's the best. I'll never get that.
But it is. Whatever. Right up until I have that last pattern and the exotic, and then it's no longer fun.
Yeah, but I never even raid for that stuff. I just don't care about the gear. I guess that's where we're different. Like, I almost could care less. Like, the only raid gun that I use at all is, like, my incandescent, like, King's Fall hand cannon. I can't think of the name. Yeah, Zali's.
Yeah, so Titans are getting better.
Yeah, fuck Titans. You guys want to talk about that shit? Because I completely ignored it and do not care at all.
I guess the taunting is what I would be interested in. How it.
Go ahead, take it away. I'll read it while you're talking.
That's it. Like, I don't know. Like, they didn't say much. So they would just said it would taunt enemies.
What are you talking about? Your barricade's getting stronger. You're getting a buff to your melee. Void overshield is getting stronger.
Harder.
But not your unpowered. Or your unpowered, not your powered. There's a whole bunch of shit in here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I know. There's
the biggest
a lot,
thing for PvE is that the Titans are going to natively have some kind of crowd control, right? Their barricades are going to, as long as you're standing behind them, is going to cause big aggro for the enemies that are nearby. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
I think that's finally differentiating Titans in a way that is not.
They finally made a Titan a tank. Imagine that. We've only been talking about it since year one. That's so like, I love it. But I want to complain that it took 7 years to figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm just still salty about the fact that we didn't get grapple for prismatic.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, my point are, but for real, this is an MMO, right? In theory, like technically. So typically, you have a damage dealing class, a healing class, and a tank class. 9 times out of 10. You know how cool some raid encounters could be if you actually had to follow that routine, and you know, the concept. Hunters would be damage dealers. You know, warlocks would be healers.
Like everyone would have to actually actively
Act like
dive
a
into their
specific
roles.
role. Yeah, stuff like that. Certain people, have to throw their healing grenades. Like I think that would be super fucking cool. So maybe, this is obviously only one step that put your barricade out and now it taunts people. Super awesome. You're actually a fucking tank now, but they're not going to add any of that other shit. No, you could never go, oh, hunters are the damage dealers. Because fucking everyone would lose their minds then. Right? So that's not something that can be done now.
I mean, right now, warlocks are the ones that deal the most amount of damage.
Also, yeah, in other games, you can... classes can play different roles based on their different subclasses. So like warlock, titan, for example, they have their damage subclasses, or their tank subclasses, and their healing subclasses, or anything of that nature. I just thought that would have been that could bring like a cool concept into the. I've said that along with actual armor artifact perks and that type of thing, and actual class jobs and roles. Ever since I started playing Destiny, they could have made raids 1,000% more interesting if they did some sort of cool system like that. But
I think if they do this right, starting off with Titan, they don't have to touch warlocks because warlocks have been the wells like healers for 7 years. And then I guess it's annoying for the warlocks that the other two classes don't really have that kind of role that they're always delegated to.
Well, I would be really happy with hunters being your DPS, your titans being the ones that are doing like crowd control
and stuff,
and damage negation.
Warlocks not necessarily being healers, but being buffers. They can offer all kinds of different buffs.
Healers and buffers.
I think that
stuff would be cool. I think that'd be neat. Yeah, absolutely. But the second you say, "Oh, a hunter does more damage than a titan," now people lose their shit.
The thing is, my experience with most hunter mains, people usually pick hunters in their first as their first character because it's like the most generic and easygoing class. I feel like titans and warlocks take a little more deep dive into the class to take full advantage of what they have to offer. Hunters, you just swap on.
When I played Destiny 1, I chose Warlock because I was like, ooh, a mage.
Yeah, you could self-res, bro. Like, who wouldn't pick that one?
Well, I didn't pick it for that. I didn't even know that was an ability when I picked it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't. It's not like I looked into it. I played the Destiny Alpha. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, look, this one's a mage. So I picked it because I like MMOs, and mages are in everything. And hunters in World of Warcraft suck, so I was like, ooh, hunter's boring.
All right, well, Void Overshield is getting a buff. That's not just a Titan thing. That's for everybody.
Yep. Yay!
So that's pretty cool. Bringing that damage mitigation, that damage resistance up to 70% means it's on par with all the other bonuses you get that do damage mitigation in the game. So that's great. Giving the extra HP also good. So it's not going to make Overshield OP, but it's going to give it parity with other options, which is never a bad thing. Diamond Lance is getting a bunch of extra utility. It's going to be doing things that it probably should have been doing the whole time, so that's great. Knockout's getting a buff. Ironically, the nerf that they're reverting is the nerf hunters are getting. So I mean, it's cool that you're going to be able to be like, I don't care if I'm taking damage over time, I'm healing anyway. That's good. You like that?
Shit.
Shiver Strike is about to become the only melee you use in PvP as a Titan, because you can use it as really good movement tech, since you're going to get 80% of it back whenever you whiff. So
nice. That's good. It'll go back to like the whole arc, the arc knee would almost. Well, it was 100% when you used to whiff, so
Yeah.
it'll get them a little closer because the Titans complain about that a lot when it happens. So.
And I think they're balancing out its potential abusiveness in PvP by putting your melee is now going to be suppressed for 0.5 seconds after hitting with a Shiver Strike. That's to prevent. I'm assuming that's to prevent somebody from doing a Shiver Strike and following up with an unpowered melee and then instantly generating a Diamond Lance because of knockout, which then goes on to guarantee you basically 2 more kills in PvP.
You get bucked with the 1-2. 1-2, 1-2.
Pretty good. And Titans just getting a better melee than everybody else. I have to admit, when I read that, I chuckled. Like, they just reduced Warlock's melee lunge. They should, hopefully they're going to give Warlocks their melee lunge distance back if they're going to make Titan punches do more damage. You know, it seems like that would be fair.
No, I don't think so. Just leave it as is. They don't even have a melee. They just... That's all they do.
There is a little burst of energy when they do that melee, sir.
Throw a fucking punch. Oh, all right. I'm done.
I don't really care about any of the Warlock bonuses. It's whatever. Golden Gun definitely
in the
needs...
Riz room.
Hunters definitely need a 30% damage bonus on Golden Gun, though.
Can I ask why they did it to those specific enemies? Because usually
they don't need it on a boss.
Yeah, but wouldn't it like just kill those enemies anyways? Like, why are they buffing it?
Well, only if you have Celestial on.
Is it to delete them from the server? Like, I don't know.
Well, no. Like, you're so used to probably Celestial, Nighthawk, Golden
You're
Gun,
using
like...
Talking about the 3-1. Like, if you're not using Celestial, you get 3 shots.
Yeah, they wouldn't one-shot a mini-boss by any chance. Now they do a little bit extra damage, so maybe you can use it on more things. It's more of a... Yeah, this isn't... I mean, it's not going to really affect anything, because obviously the Golden Gun with Celestial is really strong. It has been since Final Shape. But this isn't bonusing that for boss damage, so really... I don't really know the purpose of this. Like, it doesn't really make any difference. Maybe people want to use it more for whatever reason. Maybe health gated.
I mean, I guess blowing 3 loads is better than 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you have a health gated boss, Celestial's not really helpful. So you're using the regular shot, and you want a little extra damage. It works on that, I suppose. But not on the boss, ironically. So you could health gate it with 1 shot, maybe, and then shoot something else. An ogre. I don't fucking know. I guess I don't really know the reason for it, to be honest.
Listen,
but they have the stats, so maybe
Hunters
it makes sense.
need the ability to just delete unstunned champions. That's all. Unstoppable, no problem. Golden Gun, he's dead.
Perfect. I could do that now. Maybe I can't do it if he's not stunned. Maybe now I can with my 30% bonus. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I don't fucking know. I haven't shot an unstunned unstop with the Celestial in a while, so.
Yeah, it tickles.
All right. Well, the only other thing of note on here for me is that combination blows catching a nerf.
Yeah, it's catching a healing nerf in most cases.
So
now, when you're on tier 3, you only get 40% instead of 80. But if you don't have anything and you kill somebody with a powered melee, you get 100. So it's 20 extra health. But in most cases, you stack up to 3 and then you keep your 3 for a while. So
I kind of thought hunters were fine in PvE. It's just that we have like recent memory bias from the witness, you know, and like that's pretty much the only thing they would use. But I thought they were fine in terms of PvE. I don't know why they're getting hit with those.
I mean, if this really bothers you, I mean, just put on an assassin's cowl and start punching people. Because that has a heal too, maybe. Right? Well, assassin's cowl gives you invis and heal. Pretty sure. Is that what it does? Fuck, I can't even remember.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay. So if you need more heal, You would give up a golden gun shot if you're running prismatic, but if you're worried about
you just
surviving
hot swap,
at clear,
you just hot swap to your celestial
you could
Nighthawk.
hot swap your celestial. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Lose all your
100%.
envious stacks.
For your celestial.
Swapping loadouts makes you lose envious stacks.
Okay, but you're using celestial.
I'm using skibbity
I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god.
He's using brain rot. All right.
All right. Let's keep going then. Oh, is there any other Destiny news?
The nerf Ace of Spades. That is the ornament for the gun. I'm led to believe. If you
Oh,
bought
that's
the,
fine,
if you bought it, then that's the ornament. I did in fact buy. I have my nerf Ace of Spades.
Yeah, I saw a photo. Is that good?
Actually, right here.
Just shoot your wife with it. That's what the first thing you said you were gonna do.
There it goes.
Talk about
That's
Diddy.
not a Nerf gun.
That is indeed a Nerf gun. In fact, my dogs are barking because I just heard it kick off. Did I shoot my wife with it? Listen, I said the very first thing I was going to do was shoot my wife with it.
Correct.
And I did.
Did you?
I did not mean to shoot her in the face, however. That was a mistake. And I realized it was a mistake the moment it happened and her glasses fell off because I hit her right in the eye. The look she shot me when right immediately after saying, "Is that a Nerf gun?" and then a Nerf dart hitting her in the glasses, immediately imparted upon me the amount of mistake I had made. Luckily, I was able to smooth it over, so it's all good. But
would you say you rizzed her up and
no,
skibbitied your way out of that situation?
No, no, there was no riz. There was no riz. It was more like groveling. So
yeah, well, whatever works, you know.
Anyway, it's a cool gun. It's huge, you know, because it's a 1-to-1. It's actually bigger than the other two Ace replicas that I own. So, but it's cool. Shoots good. I like it. And then the art show is all that's left. There are actually some cool pieces in this art show.
Oh yeah. I'm actually like legitimately surprised about people going to that. I thought it was going to be like completely empty.
Oh, I mean, there is one other benefit to going to the art shows, and that's that they're selling artist proofs of their ghost statues there. So you can buy an artist proof ghost statue, so you can paint it yourself if you're so inclined to be whatever ghost you prefer it to be. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. But you know, I'm into that stuff, so.
Yeah, you are for sure. All right, Bungie's at TwitchCon. I don't fucking care. I'm not at TwitchCon.
I'll find him. I'm coming for you.
I did want to shout out this like old CRT monitor like artwork.
Yeah. Did you think to yourself, I want to play this game when you saw this image?
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah. I don't usually talk about the art they throw on there, but I really like that so much that I was going to bring it up. And actually, now that I mention it, I can probably bring it up on stream. So people know what I'm talking about. Oh, fuck, I forgot how to share.
By the way, take a look at the Riz room.
Why?
Yeah, probably like 43 degenerates in there.
That's.
Oh yeah.
That's the
How are they all streaming?
People I've ever seen in a voice chat. I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah, this is the art. Look at it. It's so cool. It's eight tracks. Fallen Exo, information, weapon, Eyes of Tomorrow, active ability, Warlocks. Like, it's really cool. The abilities, more of this shit, whatever, you know, that we typically see in a game. I think it's all neat. I think it's very cool, whoever made that.
Where's the clit spot? It's not glowing. It's not pointing exactly where I should hit it.
Alright. Well, what is this?
I'm done.
Please help. What is this? Please check this mood dang inspired ghost shell out. Yeah, hold on.
Fucking Rickroll.
No, it's a ghost based off that little hippo, hippo calf that's been going around everywhere on Twitter.
Okay. That mouth gonna take something.
Oh my god. Stop. Jesus Christ.
You heard it here first, folks.
I'm in
Bebo
clan night
fucks
mode.
hippos.
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard.
I was thinking of the game, Hungry Hungry Hippos. All right.
Listen, chat, especially any of you that are currently sitting in the 7VC, I want you to be prepared to interrogate Bebo about his forbidden desire for hippos when he gets in there here in a minute. All right.
It's not that forbidden if it's what they do in the game, right? Just yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
There is another Bungie bounty coming up next Wednesday. If you want to try to win this emblem, I think it's this one right here, or maybe you can just buy it. I'm not sure. Go check it out.
It's a Crucible Bungie bounty.
Yeah, that's the
25th.
Bungie bounty is a Crucible one on Wednesday 25th at 10 a.m. at Pacific. This one is if you're at TwitchCon, you can track them down, make an in-person donation, and get this. That's crazy, but yeah, they did the same thing with one of the ones. Just an FYI, they did the same thing with one of the ones that they gave away in Game to Give this January, but they did it in TwitchCon last year. So I don't want to say anything for 100%, but I think you can probably expect to see this show up in a charity aspect in a couple months, like maybe this January.
Gnarly. Cool.
Or not. Who knows?
Awesome, dude.
All right.
Let's go ride some waves. Oh.
Okay.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so too. All right. So, do we have anything to talk about? Gambit tournaments tomorrow. We got enough teams?
We have 6 teams, assuming everybody.
We didn't get any more? Damn, that's
No.
fucked up. 6 teams is pathetic, chat. Not gonna lie. We used to have 40, 50, 60 people show up to these things. That sucks.
I don't know if that's worse. It's Gambit. You know? Like,
Yeah, but it's fun. It's getting together with the community. It's fun. It doesn't matter what you're playing.
Hey, listen.
Shit's
Bebo
dumb.
volunteered to be staff
No.
Phil.
I did.
Is it because it's Gambit? No. Derelict Prime has been our most successful tournament that we've done almost every year. It's because Destiny sucks right now and nobody wants to play the fucking game. That's the problem.
Listen, all that stuff you're saying about community, I hope you join us in the Riz room.
No. I'm going to play
At
a
least
tournament
pass
tomorrow.
by, say hi to your... What, you gotta get an early night's sleep, you know, good hearty breakfast.
Here, you want me to show you a text from my wife that asked me to go for a walk after the stream?
I'm just saying to stop by, say hi. Say hi to the people, the common
I'm
folk.
going to go hang out with my wife. Saturday is
what a
kind of
loser,
tough to me. Saturday is tough to you? All right, it's fine. I'm not blaming everybody
Yeah.
individually. I'm just blaming like everyone that's not showing up. No, it's fine. It's fine. I've been salty lately about some of the activity. You just got to ignore me.
Bonik, you're never going to have over a month's notice for any tournament. Sorry.
Yeah, we always announce them at the beginning of the month that we do them in.
It's never happening. All right.
Got a schedule
Outro,
and
Greener.
everything?
Let's do this.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's get it.
I forgot to announce the silver winners. Let's do it right now. Really
No,
quick.
we're good.
No, shut up. All right. Every week we have 2,300 silver winners. This week is slothgsr and Devilito 666. Congratulations. Devilito almost had every ticket package that was sold, and I'm amazed he didn't win twice. But you can't actually win twice. So I don't let people. But he legitimately didn't win twice.
you're saying you did win twice, but he picked
He
someone
didn't,
else.
but I wouldn't have let him if he did. I would have
It's just you
drawn
and me
another
here.
number.
You could tell me.
No, I just told you.
Mhm.
Stop it. You're delaying the end of the podcast. Anyway, congratulations to Silver. If you're interested in how you can win Silver, check our Discord out, shroudedgaming.com/Discord. You can also check out our Twitch channel if you're watching this somewhere else, twitch.tv/shroudedgaming. We have a loyalty store that awards you points for hanging out with us, playing Destiny, a bunch of different stuff. And you can use that to buy tickets for giveaways for Silver. And it's awesome and it's amazing. And among other things, like discounts to our merch store. All right. I'm going to head out now. Thank you so much for watching episode 79 of This Week at Shrouded. I was your host, AGreener. It's been a privilege having you, Mister Wrecked.
Yeah, it has.
It's also been
And I was here
having you, Bebo.
Sure.
Thanks for all your commentary.
Important commentary. Yep.
Yeah.
Insightful.
All right. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.